Okay, so hello everyone to our annual study jam. Let me about myself. This is Muhammad Injamam Hussain, third undergraduate from our campus, IIST Shibpur, and I'll be going to facilitating you throughout this Android journey. So, welcome. So, as you all know, Android study basically a study group for Android developers. For those who are beginning their journey on Android, the Android study jams are dedicated for them. Study jam is a study group where we will be learning concepts, making apps, and have fun. Okay, so it is focused on learning how to build Android apps without prior, and the great feature is learning Kotlin. That's the latest trends. So, what are the opportunities study jam? In Android study jam, we'll be building and solve real life problems, optimize and store, and last but not the least, opportunity to certify ourselves as Android developers. Now the main question is, how do you get? Many of the students ask me this. So how will you get started? It's very simple. At first, you have to create a Google developer profile. Just head over to a browser, create Google. Go to your browser, right? Create Google developer profile. Just sign it with your Google and provide some basic details like your name, college name, and that's it. Your Google developer profile will be ready. This is my Google developer profile. So let me show you. Yep. So this is how the Google developer profile will look like. It will contain all your batches and all the tracks that you have done. It will help you to keep track of how much you have progressed. So make it public so that you can share it on your social medias and all. You can also put the link of this developer profile in your CV. It will give you an extra edge during placements and internships. So let's come back to slide. Yes, you have to at first create a Google developer profile. Then you will earn batches on the go. Once you start this course, after completing each course, there will be quizzes. Once you solve the quizzes, you get batches. So as you can see, I have solved almost 6 or 7 tracks. So I have got the batches. Okay. So Google developer profile will be a collection where all your batches will be featured. You can showcase your achievements and share your achievements with friends and others. Now the next step is, how will my learning will look like? So let me take you through the basics of Kotlin, to the course material. So the course material is something like this. Once you get into this course material, you will find it's divided into units. You have total 6 units. Units are like the chapters, right? You can think them as chapters. So each unit is a different topic, I think. Okay, problem. Okay. Each unit is like a different topic. You have Kotlin basics, layouts, then you have navigation library, then internet connections, and then data persistence, that is the database connections and all, and work manager. These are two pretty little bit of intermediate topics, but I'll say you can manage. So once you get into these units, you will find that each unit is divided into a certain pathways. As you can see, they're loading. Yes. Each unit is divided into 3 or 4 pathways, not more than that. They are like the topics in the chapter, right? In this unit, there are 4 pathways. You can think of them as topics. So introduction to Kotlin is the first topic, then create your app, build basic layout, and add an app to button. Once you enter the pathway, you will see there are some tracks you have to complete. These tracks will be like, some of them will contain videos, just 2 or 3 minutes videos. Some of them will contain this. Okay, one more video is there. Some of them will contain code labs. You see, code labs is like a very documented place. Everything is there from right from scratch. You don't need any prior programming experience. Just open this code lab, and they give you a very detailed way of how to approach this topic. Okay, once you complete this tracks, once you are done with this track, you will get a little tick mark. See where the tick mark go. Okay, if you don't get a tick mark, make sure you enter it again and get a tick mark over there. Tick that this ticks ensure that you have completed this course, this track. So let's put it done. I think refreshing the page will do the work. Oops, sorry, I think I'm not signed in. Let me sign in first. Okay. So see, once you complete a track, you will get this little green tick marks. This ensures that that track is complete. And after completing track, you will get quizzes. This is the most important part because these quizzes help to learn on batches. And at the end, the batches is the only thing that matters in the Google developers profile. So it's a written introduction to Kotlin. You must solve at least 5 questions correctly to pass this quiz. These quizzes are very simple. What is a program, keyword, and all those things. So after you're done quizzes, you can submit answers. You can submit as many attempts as you can, as long as you are not earning the batches. So don't worry. Whenever you don't pass the quiz, again go back to material, learn it, and then solve the quizzes. And you will finally get this batch. Right? You will get this batch. It will get added to your developer's profile. This indicates you have completed this pathway. So we'll go back. Oh, yes. So I showed you each unit is divided into pathways, and each pathway has some tracks that you have to complete, and at the end you have to take the quiz to earn the batches. So that's our entire training will look like. That's our entire journey will be looking like. Okay, there are total 6 units, so that won't be a problem. So it's like units, pathways, quizzes, batches, and finally the developer's profile. It will get added to your developer's profile. So you got units, you got pathways, you got quizzes, and finally you earn the batches. So that's our entire journey. Now the question is, what's there for the students? For the participating student, what's there as a reward? So let me take you through this thing. Yes. Rewards for the students. The students will get this reimbursement of certification fees. This certification fees is not a normal certification. This is Google verified certificate. I'm showing you this. This course will help you to prepare for this associate Android developer exam. So this is actually an exam which you have to apply if you want to. This will help you to get Google verified Android associate developers certificate. So it's for the application of this exam, its cost is almost like 150 US dollars. So I know it's very large. It's almost 11,000 Indian rupees. So, but if you are participating in this study jam, so Google will reimburse your 80%. Google will reimburse your 80% certification fees, and you have to pay only 20%. That is, you have to pay almost near about 2,000 rupees for these exams, and that's it. You will get this. You have to take the exam and finally get this rewarded. And this certificate of completion you will be getting from our facilitators, and you can add them and show them in your CVs and all. So these are two rewards for the students. And yeah, there's another important point is app submission guidelines. Okay, on our way through this course, we'll be learning topics, we'll be solving problems, and at the same time, we'll be working on the app side by side. So students, you can make groups among yourselves, 3, 4, 5 students, whatever is comfortable for you. You will have an idea, you will work on that idea, and at the end, almost the 10th January, I think, yes, the last date is 10th January, but I'll ask, the last day is 10th January, but the recommended date is 4th Jan. Before 4th Jan, you have to submit the app. The best app in our campus will be fine, will get the chance to it finally reported in the final, what to say, at the end of the campaign, our campus has to submit the final report of this Android study jam, how successful it has been. So there you have to submit one final app from each campus. So the best idea among our campus will get the chance to be featured in our that final report. Okay. And on the top of that, there are some other interesting features. Let's see, for this making apps. Where did it go? Yes, this app submissions. From each campus, there will be only final submission of only one app. If the app is good enough, it will get the chance to be featured in Google social medias, and it will be uploaded in Play Stores too. So that's great. That's great. But the question is, they have given some themes. See, it should be either university app or community app or individual solution app. University apps examples are timetable tracking app, attendance recording app, and this transportation tracking app. These are just examples. You can work beyond these examples too, but that's related to these topics. There's another topic called community app, the app which helps a particular small or large community, like free food centers, free e-learning platforms, and all. There's yet another theme called private or individual solution apps. That is, you can make apps for these bakery shops, then gym centers or restaurants. These are, I'm saying, just the examples they have given, but you can make any app you like, but they should be related to any of these three categories. Okay. You should use Kotlin as the primary language and implement the features that you have learned during the entire course. The design should be simple, intuitive, and interactive, not much complex and things. Okay. They have given three libraries that you have to use, that is live data, view model, and room databases. You will learn this on the go. It is almost in the fourth or fifth here. It is in the fourth or fifth chapters. You can easily learn on the go. Okay, sorry. And that's it. We'll be uploading the best idea from our campus. We'll be uploading on the Google Play Store, so don't worry. Let's come back to our slides. I think we have done these things. Yes, code should be open sourced in GitHub. The last date is 10th, but the recommended date is 4th Jan. App submission starts from 4th Jan and ends at 10th Jan. Facilitator submits only one app on behalf of the entire campus or team. Okay. Any questions till now? Because any questions, guys? Yes, you can get the app guidelines, no worries. We'll be providing you the entire links of entire things. Can we use Android Studio previous versions? As now I don't have 64-bit Windows. Yes, you can use any versions of Android Studio you like. No, I'm not frustrated. Okay, how can I join team? I am new to this college. Okay, if you're comfortable, you can work individually, but it's recommended you can form teams. Talk with other fellow team classmates of yours, whether they're interested or not. Yeah, you can start joining with our discords also, as I will pointed out. So any questions you can post here. We'll be always there available 24/7 in our Discord servers and WhatsApp groups. We'll always be there to help you out. Any doubts, any queries, you can post over there. Okay, now I think I want to take you a little journey through our Android Studio, how it looks like. So after you have created Google Developers Profile, it's highly recommended that you install Android Studio in your machine, because just learning the things won't do. You have to get hands-on experience on how it looks like making an app. So okay, for the installation of Android Studio, I won't encourage you to do this alone, because there are lots of configurations have to be done. So I will encourage you to at first go through a YouTube video so that you don't mess up the configurations and all, because once you mess up, you have to entirely uninstall and install again. So that will create a problem later on. So once you install Android Studio, you can create an empty project. See, I have created an empty project. I have nothing. Everything is empty over here. When you create let me take you through this. What are all these files? Why are lots of files and folders are there? What do they mean? So let's start from the very basic one, the manifest. The manifest folder is the configuration of the entire project. It contains all the configurations, all the screens you have created. See, for each configuration for each activities, there are lots of configurations you have done. You don't have to do anything. Android Studio will autofill this for you. You don't have to do anything. Your logic will be in this folder. This folder will contain all the logic files, all the Kotlin files you will create, and this folder will contain all the layout files you create. So in Android, every screen is called an activity. Every screen you create is an activity. So every activity has two parts. One is design. This is where the design will be there, and another is the logic. It is very much like to CSS and HTML you do. Here we do using XMLs. So XMLs will create designs and will write the logic using Kotlin. Okay, Kotlin is a very interesting language. Kotlin, you can see it's a what to say. It's a combination of JavaScript and Java. Actually, the entire code feels like JavaScript, but it has a touch of Java. A code compiled in Kotlin can run in both Java virtual machines and can also run in JavaScript engines. So nowadays, Kotlin are used for making websites too. That's great. That's a great advancement, right? Okay, so we are here. You don't have to worry about these folders. These are just testing folders. You don't need this for now. Now here are the things. These drawable folders will contain all your images. Suppose you need to put your image, you will put in this drawable folder first. Then you can access it in the design using from this drawable folder itself. I told you about layout folder. It contains all your designs. This map is also for images, but not the images we use normally. This map is for images that are used in app logos, right? Making app logos and all. So it has the same image, but in HDPI, then the different DPIs, XXDPI, AAA. You have to do anything for this. And there's another important folder called values folder. It contains all your colors. Then there's all your strings and the themes folder. Okay? This is for light theme, and this is for dark theme of your device. Initially, both of them looks the same, but you can configure each of them later on. So that's the basic view hierarchy of Android. Okay, I have one more important file, the package manager, right? Here in Android, the package manager is called Gradle. Dependencies are maintained in this app build.gradle app level build.gradle. So whenever you need to create some dependencies, come over here, just write the name, just mention the URL of the dependency, and it will get installed automatically. So you don't have to do anything. This Gradle file will manage everything for you. That's amazing. So, okay, let me just run this app for you, what we have at first. time I think we'll be taking you through making entire, just not entire, just a basic what an app looks like. Okay, just let me show you this screen. Just run it and let me show you this thing. Okay, this is not emulator. This is not emulator. This is just I'm using some softwares to broadcast my mobile device to this laptop screen. So don't worry. It's running. Let's see. So basically it's now empty screen because we have not added anything yet. So we'll be adding one by one. Okay. Any questions till now? You are free to post over there. Okay. At first, let's start by adding some text over there. So this is you can do the design part using two ways. Either you can write entirely using XML codes. I think that will be pretty overwhelming. Is using drag and drops. It's very easy. Just drag and drop over here. Okay, these are the constraints, right? You just place in the middle of the screen from left side and right side, and it will be from the top. Drag it down a little bit. Okay, let's give it ID. Let's give it ID, right? TV header. So that we can understand this header, right? We just right. This comes up. Refactor. Okay. Mention it TV header. Just add some text. Let's come out to this text section. Everything is arranged alphabetically, so we won't have a problem. Come with this text section, write something. Welcome. Sorry. Write Android study channel. So I mentioned the text. Now the text, you can do things like text colors and all. Let it be black. Let it be okay. All right. Increase the text size to almost, there's a text size option. 24. Let's add another text view. Okay. It's much easy. Let's give an ID to this text view also. You can write TV description, or you can write anything. You can write. That doesn't matter. Just write it down. Yes. Now add these properties to here. Okay. You can mention the constants over it. It should be from the top. Let it be 10 dB. Yes. 10 dB from the top. And write some text over there. Just put some text over there. Again, come over to text section. Write some text. Okay. GDSC IIEST. Welcome. Yep. Let's make it black colored. There is another field called text color. Just you can choose over here any text you want. Let's make it black. 0, 0, 0, 0. That's done. So at first, let's run the app, see what's happening, how much we have done. Okay, whenever you are whenever you're writing something here, Android Studio autofills the codes for you. See, it autofills. This is the code for this text view. So you don't have to write things from the very scratch. It autofills everything for you. Just run it and see what happens. What's this? Okay, I'm using free software version, so that's the issue. Feel free to drop the queries in the chat. I'll be taking the chats. Okay. So see, it's pretty, it's damn easy, right? We did code, just drag and drop, and the design is ready. Okay, now put some little bit more colors and fonts. Let's put some colors somewhere. With color purple. Okay, you can change the codes from here also, from there also, whatever you feel like. Let's come over here, change the text color. Should be white. I think, okay, I'm sorry, another if. Did I do anything wrong over here? Where is the text color? Yes, I missed the hashtag. Hashtag. Yes, now it's great. Make it also white. Yep, I done. You can also add a button. Let's add more buttons. Add a button over here. Make it top of this. Constraint it to the left. It will go to left. Constraint to the right. It will come to the middle. Okay. Now mention the constant from the top. You can just drag down. Bring it here. You can mention the width and height also. Mention, let's make it match parent. Whenever you say match parent, it will just occupy the entire space, entire constant of its. Okay, now this button has, I think, got some problem. This button is from material design. I think it gives some problem. So you just remove this button, right button. It will show you some options, right? It will show you, yes. Go to app compat button instead of using normal buttons. That button has some got bugs I saw last time. Okay, put some colors. Okay, no need of colors. Let's put some constraints from left and from the right. From left, put some 50, I guess. From right, put some 50. Increase the height of the button. So let's run it and see again what's happened. It's still running. It has installed, and this is how our study jam looks like for now. Well, let's add some image views, right? It will be great if you add some image views over here. Okay, you can do using this drop downs, using image views drop down. There is another way of using this. That's really look good. You can be using here also the codes. Like things, it will auto suggest you. No need to remember anything. Select one text to make it wrap content, and just put some image content over there. Put src, and you can mention the contents. I want to use the image view, this one. Inside this travel folder, there is IC foreground, right? I want to use this icon. I want to use this icon. So how will I use that? Just mention @driver. So it shows you all the options. I want to use this thing. Again, constant these things. Left, right, top. Okay. Study jam, move it a little bit lower. Okay. This study jam, as you can see, is constraint to the top. This constraint to the top, just remove this constraint. See, the top is constraint, just remove the top. I want to put it below the image view, so remove it and put it below here. Right. Now, if you image views, everything, okay, you can mention the top as 30. Let's run it and see what has happened. Oh boy, what's this? Oh, it's lost connection. It's connecting. Let's run this. Yep, it's quite easy, as you saw. Now I think we're done with the design. Let's move to this coding sections. It's not minimizing button, I think. Okay, let's check sections. So as you mentioned, as you saw, for everything I'm giving some IDs, right? So that we can reference it from this Kotlin file. Every views has got some IDs. This is ID, this is TV header, this is TV descriptions, and this is button. Right? You can do anything, just make it button, anything button, proceed. Let's come to this Kotlin folder, and you can easily reference them one by one. See, whenever you have Kotlin, whenever you just create an empty project, you will see Kotlin autofills this thing for you. You don't have to understand what these things for now. You will learn on the go. Just understand this thing. This set content view sets the content of this activity to this layout. See, it is indirectly referencing this thing. R means you go to this resources folder. R refers to this resources folder. Then go this layout folder. Then you come to layout. Then this main. So main. So this activity, this class is bound to binded to this layout. So you can easily reference the views one by one without the need to find activities. So sorry, without the need of finding the views. Okay, I think for that TP headers, I need to have one Kotlin extension. I missed one thing over. You need to include this Kotlin extension. Kotlin. Okay. Extension or extensions? I don't recall it. Just sync it for now. Okay, it's syncing. Just wait, what's happening? Okay, that's error. I think it will be extensions. Just wait a minute. Yeah, so it was extensions. I was correct. Let it sync. Yeah, build was successful. No issues. So you can reference those things, those image views, text views, and everything, descriptions and all. So you can make them right. PEP headers you have written over there. You get everything. PEP header dot. There are a bunch of options that will show you. You can say text, change the size, everything you ever need. So, let's do one thing. Let's make this app more interactive. On clicking the button, I want to suppose change the color of the background. So how will I do that, right? On click this button, I want to change the color of this background. So let's change it. Let's do it. I need to put some click listeners on the button. So you have this button, proceed. This I'm getting from the design ID I have used. And right dot, and it shows you all the suggestions. Set on click listener, and there you go. And there you go. You can write these things. Yep. Now you can do anything you want to do with this button. What happens when the button is clicked? When the button is clicked, suppose I want to change the color of the text field. No, let's change the color of the background. So let's get hold of this ID. Let's give this also ID. I want to change its color. So this is the parent. I want to change the color of this parent, this background. Let's give it ID, layout. You can use any type, any name you want. It doesn't matter. Let's reference it from a layout. Set background color. So I want to set the background color. Which color do you want to use? You can use color, parse color. Then you can use any string, hexadecimal string, sorry, hex code you want. Suppose I want to use. Okay, take any color. Okay, I have found some good colors over the net. I went to internet, found some good colors. I've saved them over here. Suppose an array of colors. Let's use this color at first. Let's comment this out. We don't need these things. If you want to use this color, let's run it. What happens? Let's see. Description. This is the status of the Gradle build. I think it's taking time to change the Kotlin extensions. Okay. Yep, it's done. Okay, now it's not, it will get changed. When the button is clicked, then only the background will change, right? Let's click the button and see what happens. Let's click the button and see the background has changed, right? That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, we want to also change the color of the status bar. So how do you do that? Very simple. Just write the status bar color. Okay. Just you can mention this color. So it will change automatically. Notice there is no semicolons, right? You don't need semicolons anymore. That's great. Yes. Let's click the button again. So see, now the status bar color is all changed, right? That's pretty amazing. If you had done this in Java, you have to write another method over here, and then you have to just call that method. It does a lot of work in Java. It's damn easy, just one line. It's basically JavaScript with the flavor of Java. I'm saying it again. Okay, now let's do the last thing for today. Let's make it random colors. Let's make the colors random. On clicking the button, the random colors will pop up. We'll use this array, right? Let's use this array. I have created an array. I have gone over the net, found some good colors which looks good. So I've collected 4 colors over there. And let's take a size. Oh, in Kotlin you have variable name first, and then you don't need to write the data types. If you want to write data type after the variable name, you can write array excludes. Okay. Yes. You need to write this val and var at first. Here are text colors dot size. Yeah. Get the size, right? You get the size. Suppose you want to use random colors. On clicking the button, this random colors will be chosen from here and will be set to the background. So how to choose the random colors? For the time being, let's comment this out. We don't need this. At first, we need to choose random index from here, and we will set the background according to the corresponding color. So how to choose random in Kotlin? Very easy. There is an operator called range operator in Kotlin. 1 ... It represents all 1 to n. Sorry, its size, right? Make it n better. So 1 to n represents all the numbers from 1 all the way to n, but we need 0 to n minus 1, right? In array, indexing starts from 0. So we need 0 to n minus 1. This dot is called a int data type. Oh, what is this? Let's make it equal to popping up again. Why? It's not going. So we choose all the numbers from 0 to n and take the random out of them. Oh boy, what's the problem with this thing? Go back. All the random numbers, no, sorry, any random number in this range. See this underline in Kotlin, it means it wants to suggest you something. It wants to tell you some better ways. So hover your cursor over here, it shows you the suggestion. Range to call should be replaced with this until operator. So there is an option replace it until. Click on this. So it replaces thing, right? You can also use the range operator. You can there's another way of using it, until. So until does the same thing. It does from 0 to n minus 1. When you write n, it takes one index less than that. So we'll take all the numbers from 0 to n minus 1, pick out the random number from them, and now we'll choose here are hex at that position index. We'll get a number. We'll have a string, right? We'll have a string. Well, make it our color. It looks good. Can give any name. It is string which has been picked up from this array, random index. Now just set these things. Open this up. Set background color as this thing, our color, and the status will also same, our color. Oh, sorry, our color. I think we're done for now. Let's run it and check what is happening. Okay, it's installed. So this is how our app looks like when it has opened. Just click on this button, right? I clicked on this button. The color has changed. Let's click on the button. It has still chosen the same color. Just click on this button. Click, click, click. Oh boy. Yes. See, it chooses random colors. So I think that's pretty great. You can do just a few lines of codes. You did nothing. You just coded nothing. You just did this some dropping down over here and just come over here and made some random stuffs. And you have created an amazing app that changes colors, right? What more do you need? I think that's enough of demonstration for today. I'll ask you guys to go install Android Studio on your device and do all this crazy stuff in Kotlin, right? So any questions for now? I think we'll be wrapping up the session soon. It's going. Okay. Any questions? Because I think the session is, we're going to wrap up this very quick. It's almost 1 hour. Guys, any question? Or should I stop here? Okay. Yes, please go ahead. Or no? Okay, like in CSS, we have media queries. Is there something similar here too? Ooh, like Rust? Nice. Can you please elaborate this media? Like in CSS, we have media queries. So can you please tell me this media, what media queries is? Because I think I'm not that much familiar with CSS. But yeah, there's pretty much everything in XMLs. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, so like in for different websites, like for to create responsive websites, so
Yes.
that the site can fit in different width length, we have the media queries where, like, if the size of the screen is greater than 100 pixel, do this.
Yes.
If it's less than 100 pixel, put the navbar at
Yes.
the top, something like that, right? But so nowadays we have so many different varieties of mobile phones that are coming up, like the Samsung Galaxy
Yes.
Fold and other.
Yes. Yes.
So the
Yes.
same app may not work for all the different screen sizes. So is
Yes.
there something for
Yes.
that?
That's the thing we use, right? Constraints. We are using constraint layout, as you saw. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, let me share again. One second. What we did is for all the apps. It will run in all the apps. It will fit any app, any screen size, any DPs. Okay, let me show you again. This is my screen visible, guys?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. This constant layout automatically just constants everything. Even if you have just a mobile, if tomorrow a new mobile phone comes with just a very small, just 10 centimeter size, it will fit everything in that only. You have mentioned the constant. That's the beauty of this constant layout, right? You can use other layouts also, linear layout and all, but they are not as much efficient as constant layout, because constant layout has capacity to auto position the contents itself, not auto position. It just it's amazing. It fits in all densities, all pixels, all screen sizes. You don't have to worry, I think.
So like you set the constraint of that text below
Yes.
the image. So
Yes.
no matter how
Yes.
long or small the screen is, it will always be there below
Yes.
the image.
Yes. That's correct. Right.
Yeah, got it.
That's
That answers my question.
correct. Thanks. Mm. Any question? Yes. Mhm. Why is there no default app? Yes, there's default app, but I have just disabled it for my app purpose. I'm showing you right here. We have this default app here in this themes. Go to themes. You have everything. Okay, this is themes for light version. When you enable dark version, this automatically Android switches to this thing. So see, I have used a no action bar. You can use dark action bar, whatever you want. See, this is dark action bar. You will get dark. I'm showing you. Let's run it. See, you have this app bar. I have just disabled it for the we don't use this default app bar. We use our own app bars. We create our own app bars, toolbars, whatever we need. I think that answers the question, Aditya. Okay, any more questions, guys? Okay, I hope you are all pretty excited and you will explore this Kotlin on yourselves. Okay, for this session, for this course material, you have to study on your own, right? Because we are asked to hold 3 sessions. So in 3 sessions, I don't think we'll be able to cover everything up. The sessions will be for discussing doubts, queries, any problems, bugs, and everything. But for study purpose, you have to go over there on your own. Any problem, just ping us up on Discord server or WhatsApp, whatever you feel like. We'll be helping you out there. But on the sessions, we'll be taking a little bit complex topics like this threading purposes, Kotlin coroutines, like whenever you are sending requests to servers and all, what happens? How do you make us wait? We will wait. We'll halt the execution of the program in another thread and continue the rest in another thread. So these things are done in coroutines. Okay, I know this concept seems pretty overwhelming for now, but I'm just ensuring these are pretty damn easy in Kotlin. So don't worry for these things. And these things are a little bit, this work manager and data persistence has been newly added in this Android study jam. So this is a little bit in the advanced, not advanced I'll say, but a little bit intermediate stuff. But I think we'll be, we'll be covering this in our sessions. These complex topics we'll be covering, but for these little basic topics like building, adding buttons, text view, image views, you can do this on your own. How to get user input, so list and all. So I hope you will just go and explore these things, and we'll be meeting in another session. Okay, I think you will have to use code. Yes. I think we're wrapping up. So thanks guys for attending this session, and enjoy. Bye.